What's up? Welcome into your TBC Weekly. I hope you know me. You guys kind of do, right? I'm Joe from the Buckeye Cast, bringing it to you. Waiting for Jeff and Shawn to join us. Fashionably late is their calling card. So, anyways, let's get our guy Tyvis in here to warm things up. He took a week off last week, but he's back.
Former Ohio State Buckeye champion DB. Welcome to the Buckeye Cast. These guys was born and bred in the Buckeye State, and they like to talk Buckeye football and drink bourbon. Subscribe to the show. Now pour up a drink and pull up a stool. Here's your host, Joe Warwick. Get him, Joe.
All right, Tyvis, we appreciate you. What were you doing last Sunday is what I'd like to know. Anyway, we got it going on, folks. Appreciate everybody joining us. It's been a lively week on the show, if you didn't notice. Actually, I'm going to take a moment at some point while we're talking and go back and see what the latest is with the toilet up north and all the drama that's going on with them. We'll get to it. I want to keep it minimal, though. I don't want to spend tonight drowning in that Mason Blue bullshit. So we'll maybe touch on it if we have time. But we got Buckeye football to talk about here. I mean, this offense needs a lot of work. Defense looking good, getting things done. If we can maintain this 10 points a game kind of average that we're working on right now, this is a championship level defense, man. I'm telling you. We got to have a reliable offense. So we'll get into that tonight. I do need to share with you. I gotta give you the hard sell. I know you guys don't like the hard sell. Usually you like the soft sell. That's what she said. But the buckeyecast.com is the only place you can get this fucking shirt right here. The cheater, Peter Eater, Harbaugh, fresh off the presses. You can get them. And these are not going to go away because this investigation on Mr. Harbaugh is going to last for a while. So get in there, get your cheater Peter Eater shirts. Also, not to be underestimated, one of the most popular shirts we have at the buckeyecast.com, Ohio against the world. No shit. Or don't give a damn for the whole state of Michigan. Get that. Built Ohio Tough. This is one of our most popular shirts right now. And then, of course, Beat Michigan. Get those. You got to order those soon because they take about 7 to 10 days to get shipped. This time of year with the holidays and Black Friday creeping up on us, shipping is horrific. And, they're always charging more to ship things out longer and make things harder to get to your people. So check it out, the buckeyecast.com. Everything is still on sale, just like the cheater shirt and all the rest. So appreciate everybody joining us tonight. We got Jeff and Shawn in here, and let's talk about some of the national games you guys watched this weekend. What did you guys see Michigan play this week?
That's a negative.
Oh, why is that?
The bye week.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Okay. If they would have played, it would have been
next week.
If they would have played,
that might be interesting.
It would have been 33-7 against some lowly Big Ten school. That's their. We didn't miss anything. It's funny that the timing, it couldn't have been any better for them, where nobody had to be in front of a microphone this week, players or coaches. It's too bad.
Right. What about Georgia, Florida? Did you guys see that? Are you worried about Georgia
Well, I did
if you
not
see
see.
them
I
in
did
the
not see.
playoffs?
I haven't even seen highlights of that game. To be honest with you, I was working most of the day yesterday. Saw the final. Yeah, I mean,
Thanks for being
you
honest.
gotta straight up, man. I did a lot of catch up last night. I was up to about 3 last night catching up on games. Didn't bother with the
Gotcha.
Florida Georgia game. But yeah, you should always be concerned with Georgia. They got pros after pros after pros on their defense. Their schedule is worse than Michigan's as far as strength. Um, but yeah, I mean they're two-time national champions with a cakewalk schedule. Everybody should be concerned with them.
Tit for tit.
Quarterback looks like he's getting better. I mean, they lost their best offensive player. Bowers is out as probably rest of the season, or could be coming back at the end maybe. But you don't know if he'll be 100% or how effective he'll be. But yeah, always got to be concerned with Georgia until they fall off. You always got to keep them in mind.
They still have a McMonkey.
McConkey. I remember watching his dad catch a
Right.
touchdown in the Super Bowl, and I was like, "What? Off one white guy's hands to another white guy, and a white guy threw it. How the NFL has changed."
Everything comes around, goes around. Henry, you have any games that popped out to you
Um,
in you?
not not per se. I mean, other than, you know, Kansas hanging in there uh to beat Oklahoma. The Indiana giving Penn State, I thought a little bit more of a game than that should have been.
That was really tight late. That's what she said.
Outside of that, and it was kind of a well, and then also the USC Cal game, the 50-49
Oh, it started
barn
off with a
burner.
bang. You got protesters at midfield.
Oh, did you? I didn't even see that part.
Oh, it's in Berkeley, so
Oh
that's
gosh.
like
Yeah, Cal.
cheerleaders and marching bands. Same stuff.
Totally missed that. So just the highlights of that game, but USC like almost a third loss in a row. Wow. No, zero defense, zero fucking defense. Cal is not
What?
anywhere.
USC didn't play D?
I mean, they have no defense. It's not. They don't even have like a good defensive game mixed in with a bunch of shit. You know what I mean? They're just poor, consistently poor. Cal is like Northwestern in that conference, bottom of the barrel. Lower tier in that conference. And to hang 49, 7 fucking touchdowns, coming off of 2 straight losses
Hey,
with with
USC won by a point. That's all you got to do, right?
Speaking of which,
you can't feel
Northwestern
good about that though.
No,
beating
fuck no.
Maryland. Really disappointed in the Maryland Northwestern game and how that
Yeah,
turned out. I thought
Yes.
Maryland was more of a, semi quality win, and they go and shit the bed in a game like that.
yeah. Well,
And
and
that's
then
just
you
fuel.
got the
That's
give and take of Notre Dame pouncing on fools.
Yeah.
Not
I
that
didn't know
Pitt is
I didn't know Notre Dame
anything.
had I didn't know that Notre Dame had 58 points in them. You know what I mean?
A lot of turnovers in that one.
Yeah, I mean, and they played great. They played national title type defense against USC, and the offense just took advantage of some of that of the defense, giving them really short fields.
Right.
I didn't think they could even muster up that many points. But yeah, I mean, all of that looks good to us. But the ammo of like Maryland losing this bullshit game, that's just ammo for people to use against Ohio State. It's not a quality win by any means. And it's just like, well, who did they beat? They
Well, but
played.
then the Notre Dame game,
Maryland played them tough, and look what Maryland just did.
but
The
then the
Notre
Notre Dame game balances that out, in my opinion.
I I've had conversations with Gator fans and Michigan fans in person,
Sorry.
and they're like, "Fuck, Notre Dame's not a fucking top 10 team." I'm like, it doesn't matter what you say and what your opinion. What the
Right.
national media talks about is what they were ranked when you played them. That's Florida State beating LSU. LSU's not a top 10 team, but they were when they played them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
So I said,
same with Oklahoma.
don't
and
argue with
Kansas.
me about it.
Shouldn't Kansas be higher ranked now? They were unranked. I mean,
What's their
Oklahoma
record
should.
now? What's
What's
Kansas'
that?
record now? What's
6-2.
Kansas's record? They're 6-2. Okay, so 2 loss, beating an undefeated, which is great for us because we don't want anybody in the Big 12 sniffing this fucking playoff. You know what I mean?
Right.
We don't need anybody from there. Texas is probably going to drop another one, hopefully. Just erase that whole conference out of it. And Washington,
Maybe
barely hanging on. Washington, they might
that
give
was
up
a
a game
ball
here late.
game till late, man. They're throwing
Yes.
interceptions into the end zone against Stanford. Come on.
And that was defensive holding. And if that fourth down play, if that dude
TS.
if he catches that ball, it's at his knees. But he has 20 more yards to run on a fourth down, big, huge play. He just dropped it. That ball was softly thrown right in his hands. He had to bend over for it, and he dropped it. And that dude, that cost them the game. I think if they make that conversion, they upset Washington.
Yeah.
And I did watch Arizona upset Oregon State last night. I stayed up for that game. That finished about like 1:20 in the morning.
I didn't watch that. Arizona's been giving everybody fits.
Right.
I figured they were due.
Yeah.
I figured they were due to finally get one of these.
Jed and his fish.
Yeah. So the Pac-12, everybody says the quarterback play, and they definitely deserve.
Maybe he's got some sign stealers of his own, or he's getting fed some stuff. Right. Former Michigan guy.
I'm not completely sold on Pac-12 champion needs, definitely should get an invite because that being the toughest conference. I'm not buying that shit yet. Not at all. I think Oregon's the best team. Washington's got the best offense. I think Oregon's the overall best team, and Oregon's probably going to drop another one. Their bottom is in dogfights with the top of that conference consistently week after week. So if Washington drops one, they're out of the picture, completely out of the picture. I think they have to go undefeated to get one of the top 4 spots.
Oh wow, we got some breaking news I got to hit on.
Breaking news Sunday night.
I'm trying not to read this out loud. So there is a Michigan Board of Regents meeting tonight with AD Ward Emanuel. It has to be about only one thing, right?
Stallions. How
Yeah,
much
GPA
is there?
No.
GPA of
Stallions
incoming
is
freshmen.
not the issue.
GPA of
Go ahead,
incoming
Shawn.
freshmen, I'm sure.
About cheerleaders?
Right.
How
We're gonna
hot
get
they
the
are?
new uniforms. We're gonna get
Yeah.
the new uniforms next year.
We're changing logos. And we're going to go back to the piss yellow pants.
Yeah, dropping
That way,
Jumpman and going back to Adidas. Yeah.
There you go. Perfect. I love it. So first off,
meeting late on a Sunday night. If the heads of the university are meeting late on a Sunday night,
yeah,
it must. If it can't wait till Monday morning, it's important.
Okay, first thing,
would imagine.
That.
And this is not from Sam Webb, so this is actually from the Wall Street Journal, not the membership wall. This is from the Wall, WSJ.com. Michigan has rescinded contract offer to Jim Harbaugh. Boom.
His extension has been rescinded?
Yes. Off the table, as you might know it. Now this seems like just step one, right?
I thought he signed the extension last year.
No.
This
was to make him one of the top paid coaches in college football. He's going to be upwards around 10, similar to the Ryan Day,
escalator clause or whatever. Yeah, like
this would have made him whole. This would have made him whole.
Repaying, what they took from him.
which coincides with the start of all these accusations. The coming off that year where he had to cut his pay almost in half.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Right. That's wow. That's huge. That is huge. If they're pulling a contract off the table, They're
But I don't know. I don't
they
even know what that means. You know, like to me, it's going to be Michigan's kind of try and do a mea culpa of some sorts to look at. We're not going to extend Harbaugh. They already know. Everyone's known Harbaugh's leaving regardless after this year. To not extend it is zip to me. It means zero. He wasn't coming back anyway. And to come out and they're going to come out and say, well, we imposed 3 games on him at the beginning of the year, and now we're getting rid of him. We're not going to extend him, and they think they're going to do all this bullshit and ride off into the sunset and forget about this cheating bullshit. And I ain't having it. I ain't forgetting.
A little side nugget I just learned right here. Harbaugh's Twitter activity has been deleted all the way back to 2020. Weird.
Twin.
Yeah.
It's somebody's
Wow.
screenshots.
This
I mean,
is
you can delete it, but
bombshell
it's always
dropping.
it's out there. It's still out there. You know what I mean?
This just came across the board 8 minutes ago.
I tell you what, it might, whatever the smoke screen is the school's putting out by doing this resending it,
It's just step one,
announcing
man.
publicly. Yeah, but I mean, to Harbaugh, that's money off the table. It's personal to him. You know what I mean? It's a big fucking deal to him. He's not liking hearing this. You know what I mean? If he thinks he might have been thinking, "Oh, we'll just hang stallions out to dry," being the fucking patsy, and we'll vilify him. We'll deflect. The school is not deflecting. If they're pulling his money off the table, that's a big deal to him.
And they're making these blanket wipings of social media. He's fucking done, man. This is just the first step of like 3 before he's gone. This is happening. This is actually going to happen. So anyways, I don't want to turn this show into a Michigan show because even though we got 7,000 views on Friday's show, and I did enjoy it. We got to talk
save it for
football.
tomorrow's show. Save it for the drive.
Yeah, and there's going to be stuff happening overnight, especially since the Board of Regents is meeting.
They'll have an announcement tomorrow.
I would guess, yeah. I'm still surprised that something didn't come out Friday, like as a late Friday news dump around 5 p.m., but didn't happen, so they're waiting until Sunday.
Let's talk about what matters, though. Fuck them guys. I mean, I still want to play. I want to play them at full strength, and I'm going to beat them. I don't want them getting wiped out and not being able to play us, and we win get an invitation to the title game and all that shit without having to beat them at their place. I want to earn it. Ohio State needs to earn it.
Right.
No asterisk. So I just think it's funny that the meltdown of the fans is the best part of it, the whole thing.
But we might not get what we want. I mean, you have no idea how many horrific comments I got from Friday's video that I just deleted because they were so asinine from Michigan fans. Like, I'm talking lowest common denominator kind of shit. People just being so stupid. I just delete them because I'm not keeping that shit on my channel, our channel, just stupid. Anyway, so Buckeyes roll. We're talking Buckeye football here. If anything breaks that I notice while we're talking, I'll get to it. I promise. That's the up-to-date news. Just came across the wall. I love calling it the wall. That came across at 6:47 p.m. So hour and a half ago. If anything happens, I promise I'll let you know, but we're focused and I'm going to keep a close eye on that fucking chat because me and Shawn experienced some really annoying people that I had to bounce on Friday. Looks like so far we got the regular customers. Hey, don't forget to tip your waitresses, guys. Come on. They work hard too. Anyway.
Give us some likes. Give us the likes. That's what we need.
Yeah. T-shirt giveaway. Hey. The T-shirt winner from the
I was feeling
Wisconsin
confident for a
game.
while. I was feeling confident.
We
I thought you were
had,
gonna. I thought you were gonna nut it, Jeff.
I
I got to tell you guys,
yeah. Once they scored in the third quarter, I did.
We had 20 contestants in this week's score prediction contest. 20. That's like most the entire season. People were feeling it. And most people were way over. But anyways, the winner is Buckeye 7084, 7084. He had 36. He was the closest.
It's my alias.
Is it? Okay. Then you received nothing.
I'll get a hold of you.
I think I have your number blocked. We had Billy. Billy was very close. He had 37. We had a couple of 41s. Thank God they didn't hit because I would have to pay double. And we had a 40. But Buckeye 7084, hit me in the comments with your email address and we'll touch base and get your free shirt or hat out to you. It's a t-shirt. Keep that in mind, please. This long sleeve tees are expensive, man. All right, so I think we covered most of the national games. Kind of a shitty slate of games this past weekend. So let's get right into the Wisconsin shit. Buckeyes roll 24-10. A little tighter than you want it to be rolling into the fourth quarter. But what do you want to talk about first? Let's start with QBs. Seemed like Kyle was settled in from the beginning, right? Good to go.
Yeah.
Worst game of the year, right? All security, plain as day. Horrible decision making.
I guess I didn't see the same game you did.
See, you're doing that thing. Joe. You're doing that thing.
Go on.
I mean, horrible. I mean, the first two, the picks were. I mean, just you can't. Those are rookie. First time starting type. I think my arm's better than it is. Type mistakes. You know what I mean? Horrible reads. Just mind boggling. He can flash and look so good, and be cautious with the ball, I would say, and then just gets up to Madison at night and just starts fucking willy-nilly slinging it around. Can't protect it on the strip sacks. Penn State, luckily that one got called back, but god damn it, man. You can't be giving up strip sacks.
The fumble was on a fourth down, so no damage done.
No damage done, but that it's not like if it would have been third down at the 25 and that same play happens, he still would have lost the ball. You know what I mean? It's yeah, you're right. There was they gained a couple yards. It would have, it's give or take. But
it's terrible.
We're lucky that 2 weeks in a row that neither one of those plays hurt us and put our defense in a worse spot. He tried to give our defense a bad, he was trying to make our defense look bad. It looked like he's like, oh, you guys think you're good, huh? Well, here's another pick, and they get the ball at the fucking 30.
Get back out there.
Yeah. I mean, like, our defense played out of their fucking minds considering the 3 turnovers.
It's a problem with Kyle. It's been a problem all year. I don't think that he's ever looked like that guy in the pocket. He gets happy feet, and again, I don't want to put it all on him. That O-line is atrocious. Again, is that back-to-back weeks? Another 9 tackles for loss. I mean, I want to bust his balls, but it's hard for anybody to get comfortable behind our line of scrimmage because people live back there. But
it is.
These picks, and you know what, Kyle? You're my guy. I'm with you. You're my ride or die right now. So all I need from you is to not turn it over. Ball security and let this defense do its magic. We want to go back to Trussell ball. We want to ball security, good drives, punt it away. That's what we do. That's what we need to do. Because if this is against, I don't know about anybody else on our schedule coming up, the next couple anyway, as it's Rutgers, Michigan State, Minnesota. But you get to Michigan and play like this will not fly. And I'm really concerned right now that when I look at that game, I look at the last couple games. I just don't see a quarterback that is going to win a natty. Again, maybe the defense wins it for us, but you can't win it with that type of play.
Yeah.
The turnovers will come. That'll hurt us because the defense won't be able to just get stops all the time. We play conservatively and with no turnovers. Penn State game, the strip sack being rescinded or whatever. Defense played great. Defense will win us ball games. We can beat Michigan with no turnovers, but they are so pumped to be playing Cal McCord. They know our defense can't play the whole fucking game on the field. They're super. Michigan fans are super excited. They are super excited.
Good.
They know Marvin Harrison's a stud, but guess
what? This is not last year's Buckeye defense, so Michigan fans might want to cool their jets just a bit because you're not that good. You haven't been in a battle yet. So if you're a non-battle tested team going into week 12, that's a problem. I don't care how good you think you are. Go ahead.
I think Michigan fans, they are believing that for the first time in at least the last 20 years, their quarterback is better than our quarterback. And I can't disagree. They finally have a quarterback better than ours.
Great.
But that's been the difference. Our quarterbacks have mutilated them with escapability, getting flushed out of pocket.
CJ couldn't beat him. CJ couldn't beat him.
No, but he was a far better quarterback than dumb fuck they got now, McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
That's proven. Like not in that specific game.
Talking about right now. Look what he's doing. Well, I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see McCarthy win the Heisman.
Here we go.
If they stay undefeated, I think he does.
Who's in the chat? I want to talk to the chat. I don't want to talk to Shawn anymore.
But Michigan, they honestly believe that they finally have a quarterback better than ours, which I can't disagree with right now.
Well, yeah. I mean, that bar's low. I agree. I mean, and I don't even want to compare it to Michigan or anybody else. It's different for us. We haven't seen an offense that just hasn't been able to put, 40 or 50 on whoever we want, whenever we want.
Well, no, this is not
how we're built now.
Yeah, exactly. No, this is a defense-focused team. This team is, I know everybody's drawing correlations back to 2002. I don't know if it's that bad offensively, but
no,
it's definitely comparable in a defensive point of view. In we're averaging 10 points per game allowed on defense.
And averaging 33 on offense, right? 33, 35, something like that.
Right. But, obviously we started off talking about the quarterback position because that was first on the list, but it's just a matter of getting that home down, dialing it down so Kyle is not as, crazy in the first quarter. Running game. Let's talk about the running game. Welcome back. I missed the running game. You guys have been on a milk carton for a few weeks, month, 2 months. I don't know. How do you feel about Trey, Jeff?
That Trey right there is what we all expected 2-3 years ago coming out of high school, being one of the top 2 or 3 running backs in the country. That's because of that. He was jump cuts. I mean, and a lot of the negative runs. Same thing with Indiana. Like, our linemen cannot get to the second level. Linebackers are shooting gaps and hitting him 2 yards back, in the backfield. But when he gets a crease, yeah, he looked explosive. He looked hungry. Chip with a little bit of change of pace. That's our running game. We had over 200 yards rushing, right?
Yeah.
That's
sack adjusted 210.
Sack adjusted 210. But that's with poor offensive line play, or I would say below average line play. I think overall rating for the game, we'll get the grades in a minute, I think, from you. But but he just needs that crease. He looked healthy finally. We don't know what the injury was, but that's the trade we all expected. Now, how
He said he
often
took
can we
a
get
cheap
that?
shot against Notre Dame. Who
Yeah,
knew
so
Yeah.
I
the
heard
Catholics
I heard the
would
I
inflict
heard the
that?
I heard the post game interview on the field there. He said
Something
it real
about a
nonchalantly
spike in the
though.
middle of his hand. I don't know. Weird.
His hand couldn't have been the reason he missed 4 games.
No, I'm joking.
Right.
If it's
Okay.
broke, if it's
Religious
broken,
jokes.
you can't squeeze the ball. Who knows though? I don't know.
And
It was an upper body injury. I was taking things in a different direction.
yeah, it looked like there was no effects as far as like no re-injury or anything like that. He seemed perfectly fine after the game, so we should expect a 100% healthy Trey next week. I love seeing him get over 20 carries, 25 carries.
Mm-hmm.
He's a running back that needs that. When he's healthy, he needs to be that horse. You know what I mean? Give him 25 carries. Let him do work.
Right.
Yeah,
He's a weapon.
Well, Trey goes off for 200 plus all purpose, gets the touchdown, and those weren't easy yards. I mean, it wasn't because the O line was blowing. I mean, Trey was running hard. Trey looked like Chip a lot. I mean, lowering his head and running with authority on a lot of those runs.
With more of explosion. Yeah, right. Exactly, Shawn. With
Yeah,
more
I mean,
explosion. Yeah,
he is, because if it's just Chip, then it's more one dimensional. Yeah, Trey. I mean, gosh, welcome back. Haven't seen that in a while. Basically, he put this game on his back, and everything went off of because Trey was in there. Because I mean, obviously, Kyle wasn't looking very good. Opened it up to Marv a little bit, but they had to account for Trey now, and going forward, everyone's going
and
to have
Stover,
to
no
account
looks.
for Trey.
Not even a look at Stover, who's
We'll
proven to be a
get
weapon.
to the receivers.
Okay.
But I wanted to get what do you guys think, Shawn? What do you think about the way they use X-Man? He was productive. He wasn't like, flashy, huge splash plays, but he was productive.
Oh, absolutely. You got him in the return game. You've got him in the rushing game. 0 catches for Xavier, but he's lining up all over. To me, X-Man's a safety blanket, especially when Ibuka doesn't suit up again. To have Xavier Johnson kind of come in there, I think you can drop him in any spot back there, and he kind of knows what's going on, and he can perform. But he always brings it. Just love his energy and everything that guy can do, whether it's running, catching, maybe even a little wildcat from time to time. But yeah,
you can
he had a nice little
and you
4 carries for 29 yards. That's a nice 7.3 average. I mean, you don't need a lot of them. What's that?
That was when we were stretching him out. He was getting there, and
Yeah.
he gets to that side. A couple of them, I thought, oh, this doesn't look good. It's going to be stopped for nothing, and then boom, it's 5 to 7 yards. I'm like, all right, take that.
He runs like a running back when he's in tight spaces. He finds a little crease and puts his foot down and finds that crease, and then maybe explodes for 7, 8, 9, 10.
Joe, I think he's so effective when we do use it. I think we use him exactly how he should be used. Like that's why it's so effective. If we try to use him as like we would use Emeka, he's not. I don't think he's like an every down number 2 receiver. Him and Carnell Tate can do everything Emeka does. In Emeka's absence, you have Tate in that passing game. You have Xavier, all that quick game. Jet sweep, all that kind of stuff. I think they use him perfectly. I think if they tried to use him more, he wouldn't be as effective. I mean, he's always you can count on him. He makes plays. He makes big time catches. A lot of them. But you're not going to give him 10 targets a game in the passing game.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're using him exactly how he should be used, and they're getting the most out of him. You got to love the kid. Walk on, and he's an impact player for us. It's
all right. So
let's
let's keep it moving here across the position groups quickly. Wide receivers, Marv doing Marv things. What's changed? Nothing. What do you think, Jeff?
Did anybody
quickly
Marv's
run
best
through
player in
that
the country?
group?
Yeah. Did anybody else get more than 2 targets? Fleming, they tried one deep one to Fleming, who could have caught it. I mean, Trey out of the backfield, but Stover zero
Trey had
zero looks.
4 catches on 5 targets. G. Scott had a couple. Carnell Tate 1 catch on 2 targets. So no, it was the Marv and Trey show exclusively.
And they're two of the best at their position when they're both healthy. Marvin's the best player in the country. It always works when we throw it to him. So yeah, I mean, we need Emeka healthy when we play the big time teams. You know what I mean? Like the Michigans, Georgias, anybody in the playoff. You got to have that other weapon because they might be able to take away Marv a little bit more. I mean, Wisconsin's defense, Wisconsin's defense is not even Iowa's defense. You know what I mean?
Right.
We got to have, and there's no reason Stover doesn't get a look. We didn't even use him in the passing game. It seemed like he did pretty good blocking, but not even looking at him down the middle of the field.
Okay. Let's quickly get on the defense. Then we need our grades and our MVPs. We're not going to do a huge Rutgers. Oh, before we do that, we're not going to do a huge Rutgers preview because why would we? But I got to run back through the chat here quickly. I can't touch on everybody's just yet, but it's good to see Tyrone. Hello. Steven's back in here.
Steven Terry, Mad Dog's back in the fold.
Yeah. Jeremiah's in here. Talking about the Turd Bowl up north. Billy.
Oh,
Billy. Big one, Billy. Randy Spears, Steven, yep. Don Warwick is in here.
What's up, Pops?
Odysseus is in here.
Did he get a shirt?
Yeah.
We just didn't he win the
it's
shirt
on the way.
Week?
It's on the way. Billy got his.
There you go.
That's all that matters.
All right.
Yeah, Odysseus will get his. What could go wrong between here and the post office?
Let us know what they pick each week. You know, these guys. I'd like to know what they're picking off the store.
Okay. Full-blooded Buckeyes back in here. He said, sorry it's been so long for me being on here, but Michigan stole my screen name. Travis is back. They're having a clan rally. That's a great one. Whoa. Travis, good job. Foreshadowing of what's to come. Yeah. So I sent you guys the odds for Jim Harbaugh, where he'll be coaching week 1 in 2024. Billy has been in on it. He is all on the plus 1,200 odds that Harbaugh will be coaching nowhere.
I can agree with that.
That's a good bet. I would probably lean that way because I don't think there's going to be a pro team that will, not this year. Let's cool down a little bit, Jim. You sit this one. Why don't you sit this one out? I don't think he's back in Michigan for sure. It's trending too much that way.
Yeah, kinda. I imagine they've adjusted those odds at this point. Got Budnick. What's up, Budnick? Good to see you. Who else we got in here? Buckeye Frank is in here from Bucyrus's own Buckeye Frank. What's up, Buckeye Frank? Buckeye Productions, as it is also known. Good to see you, Buckeye Frank. And oh boy. Mike Green, what's up, Mike Green? Good to see you. Kyle is a complete bum. Okay, well, we'll come back to that. Buckeye Frank says Harbaugh can coach D's nuts. So I love it.
Not D's.
Yeah. Maybe Doe's. All right, so let's get our grades in here for this Wisconsin game. We got our MVPs we need to get to, and who knows what could come to light here on this Michigan saga. Is it saga or saga?
Bob, say it.
Poor guy. What about Chandler dying the other
Yeah.
night? What the fuck?
For Saga.
All that.
Yeah, and then I heard in a hot tub, and I'm thinking, oh no, he OD'd or something, like he fell off the wagon, but like they had like a massive heart attack.
Was he on a wagon
He
in the
well
hot
he had a
tub?
real bad drug problem for years. Then he got clean, and I thought when I heard hot tub dead, usually that's
Right.
pills, whatever drugs related. You know what I mean? But
How do you get a
yeah,
wagon into a hot tub is my question.
it's a small wagon,
So you fall off.
large hot tub, fall off, bump your
Like,
head.
yeah, there you go. Fell right off, conked his noggin. All right. So let's get our grades in here. I know we didn't touch on the defense yet, but we'll get to those as we go through our grades. Henry, let's start with you on offense. What is your grade
C
for
minus.
the offense?
70.
C minus.
70 flat. I give that because Trey came around and finally gave us a little bit of a running game that we've been sorely missing, averaging 6.8 a carry on the 24, a little bit of action out of the backfield. So I'm only giving it a C because Trey did such a good job. But the Kyle McCord, it's not just the turnovers, but again the inaccurate passes. Just some of them are just so like they're not close in the dirt or they're over guys' heads. Or, man, when he misses big. So I just don't think it's good enough. This offense right now. And again, maybe it's just because I'm not used to it, and this is the new way that we run. And again, the defense bails them out. But yeah, not impressed. Marv did his thing, but just not impressed. See.
All right, Jeff, what do you got for the offense?
I would say more like a 75, like a solid C. Two players had standout games. We needed those two players, on offense to have those games, or we would have been in a dogfight until the fourth quarter. Not championship level anywhere close. Offensive line play, quarterback play. Don't know why nobody else was needed to be featured in that offense. So you can't really everybody else is on the offense is incomplete, except for those five up front and the quarterback. Those guys, low D minus probably. Two A's out of the 11. That brings it to a C.
So you're saying the offensive line had nothing to do with Trey getting almost a 200-yard day.
How many tackles for loss, Joe? You said nine.
Nine.
All nine of those, all the penalties, all the sacks, the pressure on McCord, which compounds him, all of that our line, not good. Not good.
Nine.
Trash ass.
Subpar.
Interesting. I'm going B for the offense. I think it actually wasn't so oblique or bleak, actually, as you guys saw it. Trey went for 200 yards passing or receiving and rushing. So
it was like 160 and 40, right? 160 and 45
plus. What?
If
you're gonna talk over me, man, nobody's gonna hear either one of us. So
my apologies. It was like 160 rushing and like 45 or so receiving.
There you go. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Right. And then Marv tack on another $163. So say what you will about Kyle. Yes, he had a horrible first quarter and half of the second quarter, but he did have 7 completions in a row stretched over the third and fourth quarters. So again, this 2 weeks in a row, he's actually done that. So I'm not the Kyle defender here. I'm just saying I'm laying out real facts. This is not fake news or whatever. So the offense actually did things and not just these were not just big plays that we were just running up and down the field on Wisconsin. So I'm giving the offense a B. Has to be better. Yeah, this is not a perfect thing. There has not been a perfect game by this offense yet this year. Kyle, O-line, Trey is finally back maybe, hopefully, who knows? But again, with Emeka out, other guys have had to step up and they've had to adjust the game. I do want to point something out while we're in the middle of talking about the offense. I went back and did some research today in lieu of spending time outside. So you're welcome. First down runs. So we had 32 first downs. Not that we gained. I'm talking about the first down play. We had 32 plays coming off of first down. 16 of those first down plays of the 32 were runs. And you're like, okay, great. That's 50-50, Joe. Why are you making a big point of this? I'll tell you why. Because 13 of those 16 first down runs were in the second half. So predictability is a problem. Ryan Day's play calling. Maybe blame it on Kyle if you want. I don't care. But Ryan Day's the one calling the fucking plays here. And if 13 first downs in the second half are runs, seems like the defense would get geared up to that, and you become way too predictable. Now, maybe it doesn't count. Maybe it doesn't matter so much against a Wisconsin that you can just overpower. But I'm talking about predictability in play calling. I don't typically question play calling with Ryan Day because who knows? We don't know half of the scenario, the opposing formation, defense, who's out there, all the things, injuries on offense, who knows? So, but I will say, if you're calling 13 first down runs out of 16 in one half, you are becoming very, very, very predictable. I think that's a negative.
Well, maybe, but again, you don't know the context, because I'm guessing probably 5 of those late in the game. It's like, guess what? We're running the ball. We're chewing clock. That's going to be part of it here. We're going into heavy run, close the game out type of mentality, and the game kind of morphs into that. I think it would be more of a concern if you're leaning so heavy on one in the first half. I think the second half, the way it plays out, it's like, okay, now you're getting into game management mode. All right, what are we trying to do here? Let's get this clock going. Let's burn it down. We're sitting on a lead. Try and, take control and close this game out. I can see that happening on there. And again, I'd just like to see when those happen. Were they the last 2 or 3 drives when you're going heavy run? Kind of on the flip side of that, though, if you're telling me it's that many runs in the second half, I'm actually more concerned about the first half, that so in the first half, we must have always passed on first down. That to me is the bigger concern with this whole conversation. And
well, if you want to take a seat and let me get into it, I can actually tell you drive by drive right now. I don't want to do this all night because we have 1,000 other things to talk about. But I will say
that's what I was going to ask for too. Clarification on how many.
Here we go.
Those,
here we go. Brace yourself.
Okay.
Sit down and relax. First drive. Yeah. Okay. First drive. Travion, run for 9. Gained a first down, then a pass. Okay, that was a complete pass to Fleming. Another first down, same drive. Run for 5 yards on 1st and 10. Okay, then Kyle McCord sacked for a loss. That was the sack fumble. Wisconsin got the ball. Next drive, still first quarter. 1st and 10, Travion, run for 6 yards. All right, we eventually get a first down. Kyle McCord passing complete. Okay, then a Buckeyes field goal, then Wisconsin punt. Okay, then Buckeyes get the ball. 1st and 10, pass complete to Julian Fleming for 5 yards. Okay. Then a punt or missed field goal, whatever. Punt, doesn't matter. Then the drive with the interception, the first interception, first down is a pass incomplete. Then we gain another first down, 1st and 5, pass incomplete. Then 1st and goal at the 9, intercepted, Kyle McCord. Then Wisconsin punts, 1st and 10, Travion runs for 10 yards to Wisconsin 42. Then we get another first down, McCord pass complete, G. Scott Jr. First down. Then 1st and 10, Chip Trainum run for 4 yards. Okay. Then Marvin Harrison touchdown. Okay. Then punt by Wisconsin. Then this is second quarter. First drive, 1st and 10, Xavier Johnson run. Then first down, Kyle McCord pass to Travion on first down. Then Kyle McCord pass intercepted. Wisconsin kicks field goal. Okay, that's end of half. Sorry, folks, this sounds much more exciting if you're actually reading it. Anyway, third quarter started. So Wisconsin scores a touchdown in the third quarter, first drive. Buckeyes get the ball. Travion run on 1st and 10. Then drive. 1st and 10 again for the Buckeyes. Travion run. Then touchdown to Harrison, 19 yards for a touchdown. Then Wisconsin punts. Buckeyes get the ball back, 1st and 10. Pass complete to Marvin Harrison for 22 yards. Another first down. Then Travion run. Then get another first down after a couple of plays. Travion run. First down. Then Travion run. On first down. Then Jesse Mirko punt. Then punt by Wisconsin. Oh God, there's more of this. I can't do this all night.
No, don't. And but is some of it this? Because this is where my brain starts going. Is at some point when you've seen McCord put one on the ground and throw 2 picks, at some point are you protecting the ball and saying, I cannot let this guy give the ball away and lose this game for us?
That's very much my thought. That's why I pointed it out and focused strictly on the halves. First half versus second half. Second half, 13 first down rushes out of 16. Whether it's the running game is working, yeah, maybe they noticed that at half. Kyle's a little fucked up or whatever, but he actually settled down in the middle of the second quarter. So I don't know if that's entirely it. But anyway, the O-line got things together in the second quarter. I don't know. I wanted to point that out for people to watch because I feel like this is a pattern. I can go back and study more, but I'm not going to do that. What? Hurry, please.
No, I was just saying that the first half, it was 11 passes to 5 rushes on first down plays, and you said it was 13 out of 16 on the second half. With run versus pass, it does get predictable. Me and you both saw the same thing last night, where there's 8 in the box on first down, and we're running Trey up the middle, and they're hitting him for a 2-yard gain or no gain. But a lot of those plays you read off, Joe, we got a shitload of first downs. Even the run plays, 6 yards, 9 yards, and then a pass.
Yeah, we got 36 first down plays total. But that includes change of possession.
Yes, against better teams, that they're all studying that too. I mean, if you picked up on it, I would imagine these defensive staffs that we're going to be playing potentially are all seeing that as well. And it does go with the flow of the game. We were back and forth in a tight game in the first half. Once we stretched the lead out more, it sounds like then we went to the run, like what Shawn was saying. Eat the clock. McCord was hopping around, not not healthy. But yeah, it does get predictable. But it's kind of like what needed to be done. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like wow, it was like what we needed in the game, but it was predictable.
All right.
So
All right. So let's get away from reading. I'm tired of reading.
sometimes he does get predictable in the play calling though, because we see it and we're like, why is he? It's so easy to see. The defensives are seeing it too. So you're right. He does need to change that up.
Defense, Shawn. What do you think on this Buckeye defense that allowed 10 points?
I'm going with A again. The defense just keeps us in everything. Like I said, I vehemently oppose the words, bend but don't break. This is a shutdown defense. We don't give up points. We don't give up nothing. We don't give up yards. And thank goodness, because this is just the type of defense that we need this year. So not a moment too late. I think they excel everywhere. And against the run, what was our stats there? I guess I could probably pull them up. The team stats. What did we give up? We gave up. We gave up 94 rushing to Wisconsin and 165 to the air against them.
Yeah.
259 total. Yeah, that's shutdown defense. That's not bend but don't break. That's shutting you down.
Yeah, most of that rush.
I think that people take a negative connotation with shutdown or lock bend but don't break. I mean, we survived for decades and won championships with that defense. Go, Jeff.
I like seeing us on the turnover short field. We held them at the goal line, held them to a field goal. We're the defense, defense A plus. I don't that first drive of the second half, that's where they got most of the rushing yards. That was the defense just kind of wasn't, I guess, not ready yet, or maybe they were doing something different that we hadn't adjusted to yet. But outside of that, they were going to pitch a shutout if not for those turnovers, I think. Great, outstanding from the defense. You can't college football giving up 10 points to anybody. It's impressive. You know what I mean? Because it's built for offense. The game is built for offense. You can't say enough good things about the defense.
Right. Just doing some light reading.
What was the third down percent? You get the third down percentage in front of you? I guess
sure.
I can try to look it up here.
You could.
I know it's not 16. Penn State good, but 6 of 16. That's awesome. 1 of 16 against Penn State. 6 of 16 Wisconsin.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh for 2 on 4th downs there in the second half. We did give up, actually sack adjusted rushing was 107. So a 4.7 average. Braylon Allen obviously got knocked out there in the first half, but I got to go A too. I mean, there's so many dudes making plays. It's somebody different all the time. Hopefully we find out good news about Latham Ransom this week, and it's not something serious. It was a non-contact lower leg injury, which always concerns you with, ACLs, Achilles, whatever. So let's cross our fingers on that. Let's go MVPs here. Shawn, we'll start with you on offense. Who do you have for your MVP?
I'll go with Trey. Just bringing it back, running hard, 200 all-purpose yards, got the touchdown. He ran real hard. We got Rutgers coming up. I wouldn't mind if he didn't have 24 carries this coming week. I think that guy, kind of put the team on his back. I felt yesterday. I'd like to see 12 to 15 carries maybe next week and give him a little bit of a breather. Keep Chip and Mine and those guys in there against a team when you shouldn't need Trey to do his thing for that many carries. But yeah, I'll go with Trey all day. Great. That was a great touchdown run.
Yeah, definitely. It seemed like he was just, an inch away from breaking a few of them, right? that he ended up getting 10-yard, 10 to 15-yard carries. And it's like, oh, he's so close.
Almost 50, right? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Jeff, what do you got for offense?
I mean, there's only two guys had good games, and there's three of us. So I'll go Trey as well. Coming back, off of missing 4 games, like Shawn said. It's him or Marv. Yeah, we'll give it to Trey. He ran hard. We needed it. We needed it. I agree with Shawn too on the taking him, backing him off a little bit. Hopefully we don't need him to run 25 times against Rutgers. But if we sit around and turn the ball over and it's 10-7 at halftime, you're gonna fucking need him running 20, 25 carries. So get other people to step up.
Piscataway.
Shadow.
Yeah.
Chopping. They're going to keep chopping. Chop that wood. I'll take Maserati Marv then as my MVP. Seems pretty simple.
How about we
should have had
not say
probably
Maserati
5
anymore?
more targets, in my opinion. Only targeted 10 times. I think 15 should be the floor, honestly. But with Trey back, I get it.
It'll work.
You got to get Trey actually got almost 30 touches if you can include receptions and carries. So that's good work. All right. So defense, Shawn, what do you got for your Buckeye defense MVP?
Ooh, this is a tough one. This is tough.
I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna keep it simple and think that we did a good job at shutting Wisconsin's run game down. And so I'll just take it up the middle.
Like normal.
Actually, I've changed my mind. I'm going with Tyleek. Tyleek wrecked it. Still up the middle.
He did.
But it's a little deeper in the middle.
Oh, jeez.
The sacks of TFLs, he's the guy that anchors us being able to stop the run. Tyleek needs to play lights out and we can stop the run. It's kind of all on his back. And I was going to say Tommy playing behind him, but yeah, Tyleek had himself a game. He was a problem. Bunch of tackles.
And he'll bat down a pass or two here or there.
Yep. What's he got, like 4 or something like that?
Oh, at least. Could be more. Jeff, what do you got for the Buckeye defense MVP?
I was going with Tyleek. Shawn stole him. He's an impact player. He's those defensive linemen that Bama and Georgia have had. He's playing at that level. Those guys. The Jonathan Allens, the Jalen Carters, whoever, go through the list. Other first round guys. Tyleek's playing out of his mind. He's the start. He's the start of our run defense. So I'll go off the board. I said you can't say Ransom because he didn't play. I'll go Denzel Burke. I'll go Denzel. He was borderline on a couple of PIs that I thought could have been called. But he didn't. But he didn't. He doesn't give up. He doesn't give up the mind. Fuck.
Okay, I got you. This was a tough one for me because Steele actually had a bounce back game, and
pounding play. Like, what are you thinking out there? He's always in position. He had
2 bad games.
The stats might be different, but
let me finish. He had 2 or 3 bad games in a row where he just, I don't know what was going on. He just was not making plays. Sonny had a good game, a PBU. He had to move back to the he moved around at the safety positions after Ransom went out. So I got to go Jordan Hancock, honestly. He had a great game, 2 in a row, actually, in my opinion. 4 tackles, had a sack, TFL, and a forced fumble. I'm going Jordan Hancock. Dude was all over the place. That's 2 weeks in a row. He's made huge plays, not just in the passing game, too. He's contributing in the run game, which you don't find from a slot nickel, corner / safety, whatever they're going to call it. So I'm going Jordan Hancock.
That's a good call, Joe. That's a good call. He flashed that blitz from the slot. great
Mhm.
defensive call by Knowles. But yeah, he flashed and made the play. Like JT will flash and make plays. I just didn't see him. He didn't have those standout plays. You know what I mean? Those wow,
Yeah,
look at what he just did. You know.
right.
But yeah, Jordan Hancock did. He's proven he deserves that spot. Um,
Right.
and I saw Cam Martinez on the field, and I almost shit myself to get him off the field before they find him.
They did
Right.
find it. I was gonna say, I was like, who's number 3? Oh shit.
Yeah, so I was just hope Ransom's if we get good news or
They had to
as
go
good a news as we
to a
can
dime
get.
package there. Wisconsin, freaking Wisconsin brings out 4 wides. You're like, wait, what? What are you doing? We're still in Wisconsin, right? But yeah, they had to bring in Cam Martinez, and we still know why Cam Martinez is not starting. It's too bad. But anyway,
And one name,
so
real
go.
quick, Joe, real quick. One name on that defense we heard a lot about early, but haven't seen on the field. Jihad Carter. Heard a lot about him, his intelligence,
Injured.
knowing the defense, all that stuff.
He
He's
got
been
hurt last
injured.
week, didn't he? Or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, last week in special teams, he was on crutches this past Wednesday
Yeah, I think
at
he's
practice,
Oh,
toast,
so
isn't he?
it's going to be a while.
that sucks for him. This is last year, I think.
No, he's got one more,
Does he have one
but
more? Okay. All right.
yeah, he's played 3 years at Rutgers, or I mean, not Syracuse. I was reading Rutgers on the fucking screen. Northeast loser school, whatever. So all right, let's take a quick break. Let me stretch my bones here, and let's check on the chat, see if any craziness is happening. Oh yeah, it's always crazy, but I do love seeing the names. Oh, Frank had to put his kids to bed. All right, Frank, we'll catch up with you later. Steven has a C for the offense, grade for the QB a D. So Steven is actually breaking up his grade into specific positions. Defense a B plus, kind of surprising. All right. What else? Do we need to start asking questions about Fry? Like what?
Like, is your O line going to get any better? I'm with you on
Can he
that.
can he
I
develop?
think it has. I mean, are we missing something here?
Well, it's the worst O line that we've had in a decade. So yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Are you saying okay, you're looking at a 10-year span. Can we talk about this year though? Like from week 1 to week 8?
Well,
Okay.
I saw
So
You've
the
seen no
last two
change
games
at
we've got
all?
the last 2 games we've had 9 tackles for loss. I don't think we've got 9 tackles for loss on any of our opponents, but our last 2 have 9 tackles for loss against us. To me, that's squarely on the O line, and it's a problem. I mean, how can that not be?
I saw a lot of plays, a lot of those negative runs and those 2 yard gains or whatever. Those a lot of it was like what we saw against Indiana, not being able to get to the second level. Donovan Jackson like head on the swivel, and guys are going past him, beating him through the gaps and hitting our running backs. And same thing with Indiana, week 1. Now they did have some creases, like I said. Trey's explosiveness was a big factor, and he took advantage of every crease. Lesser running back, isn't making those plays. If Chip or Mayan, I think, are running all those plays. If Trey was injured, we're not running for 100 yards. I don't think. There's a lot now. Like you look at the stats and like, oh yeah, we ran for 200 yards rushing, but too many just whiffs. Simmons' penalties. Well, that's another thing, but there's just,
I
not
would
getting that
say the
second
same
level
about
and letting
Kyle.
linebackers. But Stover had a lot of. They're using him. They're using the right way with those kick out blocks and those slam blocks coming like across the from the left side to the right and kicking out. That's where he's most effective. Not the stretch plays where he needs to seal the edge.
Hold up.
But get him cracking down and like
Cade
trap plays and stuff.
Stover is not a good blocker. I know
He's the
people
best.
love him.
He's the best. He's the best we have at that position, though, right?
Is that saying much? It's tight end, man.
Well, no, but so you're not
run block. Okay, run blocking is what we're talking about, right? Because you don't need a tight end in pass blocking typically. Run blocking, he is week to week one of the lowest. I'm talking bottom 5 on the team. Like this past week, run blocking a 46.6. And that's in 33 snaps. Run blocking.
33 snaps where he was a blocking tight end.
Yes.
Where he was run blocking. 33 snaps.
Yes.
His grade was a 46.
He played a total of 61.
Okay.
33 were run blocking. He graded a 46. That's terrible. 60 is just doing your job.
But back to the original question with Fry, and I feel like you're defending him a little bit from the person in the chat room. No, I mean you've read off every week what our O-line and their percentages are. We're Ohio State. We've got better players than every single team we play against, except maybe Penn State in that D-line, and we're only mediocre. So why aren't we better? And if Fry's doing this job with players that are better than the guys they're lined up across from, why aren't we getting it done? So to me,
I think we have improved.
Fry is on notice.
I think you're 100% wrong. I think there has been gradual improvement over the past 8 weeks. That's what you're missing, Shawn. Do you think that this O-line needs to be all worldly, 2019 level?
To me, I don't know.
It's not going to be there.
I don't know what your numbers mean, but all I know is I've seen the last 2 weeks, and I don't think I've ever seen Ohio State get it. Last 2 games, 9 tackles for loss against us. That to me is just eye test shit. That's like, what in the fuck? How are so many people back there? Guess who they have to get through to get back there? The line, and they do it 2 games in a row. It's to me that's not an anomaly. This is a trend.
Joe, what were the other grades of our other 5 linemen? If Silver was a 46, where did the rest of the other 5 grade out? Yes, just run blocking
or pass. Okay.
Just run
Matthew
blocking.
Jones was the best at 72.6. He is actually the best O lineman and most consistent this week. He was a 72.6 run, 81.3 pass.
Nice.
Donovan Jackson, run block was a 69.4, then pass block a 56.1. Josh Fryer, run block 64.1, pass block 47.7. It's getting worse.
Sounds right.
I have to scroll way down. I'm taking so long to talk because I'm scrolling way down to get to Josh Simmons. Run block 48.6. Pass block, though, 88.4. This is the Jekyll and Hyde scenario we have with this offensive line. And don't get me started on Carson Hinsman, the center.
Yeah.
So whose fault is that? Is that Fry, or is that these guys suck?
Honestly, I've seen improvement in the play. If you take your head out of the grades and the stats, I see the Buckeyes running the ball better. It changes from week to week.
Yeah.
This is my point. When I'm talking about these grades and shit and stats and all that. It's some things are good, some things are bad. It's inconsistent from week to week. I can't tell you why. I'm not in the practices. Maybe some dude has an injury. Who knows? They're all wearing knee braces. I can't tell you.
Yeah.
I mean,
all linemen do all the time.
Nobody's going to tell us just because this guy didn't fall down on the field during a game that he doesn't have something wrong. I would assume everybody has something wrong at this point. It's fucking week 9, game 8. So
I think Joe uses.
All I can give you is what is
an Ohio State O-line. To me, it does not.
Right, but
No, yes, we are not meeting the standard at all. But Joe,
Yeah.
typically the guys have higher most of the five, or at least four of the five week to week have a higher pass blocking than they do run blocking. It seemed like this week they
It
had
fluctuates.
better. Most
It's
of the guys
it's
had,
one or the other. It's rare to have one guy grade out high at both.
and like, why? So the inconsistency is that's the question that me and Shawn are really trying to get the answer to. And we're not asking you because we know you don't know it, but they're if they're really good pass blocking one week and then they're shitty the next week, but good run blocking, like just the fluctuation is.
Mhm.
I think that's the problem, and I think that causes I think that bleeds into play calling and maybe how Ryan Day thinks through the game, game by game, and then all of it compounds to each other, and it builds up. We're not going to win a national title with that kind of inconsistency. We're not going to beat Michigan with that. They we need B and A level play from all five to go up to Ann Arbor and beat them fucking idiots. And we're not getting it. There's no sign that we are going to get it.
Okay, so I quickly pulled up the grades from a year ago, 2022, much different offensive line, right? Okay. This was against Northwestern. This was the week after Penn State. So you remember the Northwestern game up in Chicago, terrible weather,
50-mile-an-hour
just
winds,
kind of
right? Yeah,
right.
couldn't pass the ball.
But again, the most important factor, in my opinion, is it's the week after Penn State where you might have a hangover, right? But pass blocking, Paris Johnson, 87, Matthew Jones, 84, DeJuan Jones, 80, Whippler, 77, Vamahi, no, he only played 3 snaps. Donovan Jackson, again, had a bad day, 31. All right, run blocking.
Wow.
Yeah,
31.
Run blocking, Luke Whippler, 79.9. Paris Johnson, 78.6. Matthew Jones, 68. DeJuan Jones, 64. Those are the starters, right? Did I miss anybody? Oh, Donovan Jackson, 56.
So, and the 5-star of the group is the lowest rated.
The worst.
And that too, because I mean the second half nobody was passing the ball. Both defenses knew the other team was running it, so it is harder to block when dudes are going full go into gaps and stuff. So but those most of those numbers, the 3 guys that are in the NFL right now, pretty consistent run and pass. DeJuan, Paris, Whippler.
What's up with Whippler? Where's he at?
Browns.
But is he like in the 2D?
He's backup. He's probably the backup now.
Right.
And DeJuan's starting for the Browns.
Okay.
Due to injury.
But anyway, the point is, I was trying to give you some context from last year's O-line to this year's.
Yeah. 3 pros versus no pros. Yeah.
Yeah. This is what happens. This is what you get. So let's talk Rutgers. Scarlet Knights. Noon on CBS at SHIT Stadium in Piscataway, Jersey.
I had to repeat it to know what you're saying. I had to repeat it to know what you're saying.
Do you want me to spell it again?
I got it. I don't know what the
right.
real name of the stadium is, but anyways.
SHI, actually. I added the T to make it funny. So I'm a comedian. Coming off a bye week, so you know what happens when Greg Schiano has 2 weeks to prepare for you. Nothing actually. Nothing happens. Returning production, 73% overall, 73% offense, 72% defense. 2022, their record was 4-8, 1-8 in the Big Ten, making a huge splash. 2023, they are currently 6-2, 3-2 in the Big Ten. The Buckeyes are undefeated against Rutgers, shockingly, 9-0. winning by an average of 42 points per game. 2022, we won at home 49-10. In 2021, at Rutgers, we won 52-13. So things seem to get worse at Rutgers for them. What else do we have happening here? Oh, let's look and see who Rutgers has played, because we may have some common opponents here coming up. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at this. I'll be damned. They have played Indiana. They have played Wisconsin. They have played Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys draw anything from these common opponents? Have you looked at this?
Are those all their losses?
No, actually. They beat
Indiana.
Yes.
They played a good half against Michigan.
They outscored
And you know that
Wisconsin in the second half, but still lost.
And that was Shiano's comments at the halftime of the Michigan games. Like there's some things going on here. Nobody knew what he was talking about, right? And nobody had any idea. Like, oh, fucking Shiano's this weirdo. But that's what he was talking about, the sign stealing.
He should have said, "These stallions are killing me." Very subtle.
He's a good he's a good coach, man. He's a good coach, and they're a much better team this year overall.
Agreed. They're chippy. They will. They're not the same old Rutgers.
I think they passed a couple teams in the East. I think.
I think they're right now middle of the road Big Ten. I'd put them on par or above Purdue's and Indiana's and
Northwestern,
Michigan State's, Northwestern's.
But they're still good. They can still get 40 hung on them by Iowa. No, sorry, no, they can't. Nobody can. Iowa can't do that to anybody. Illinois, those other teams, they can still give up points, and they're not going to be challenging anybody for that Big Ten title. But
no,
especially with a week off, Joe, like you said, what does Rutgers do a week off? A shitload of trick plays. Remember last year? Remember the dust up last year with him and Day?
Oh yeah.
The trick plays are coming.
It wasn't a fake.
But I'm just saying. But like he will run all kinds of trick shit. He does it all the time, and he's gonna have it geared up for us.
They're gonna have
they're better.
They're gonna have a dude hiding in the cannon and shit. They're gonna blast his ass out of there like Evel Knievel.
They're gonna open up at the onside.
There you go. Same.
Wouldn't be surprised, because what's he have to lose? He's expected to lose. What's the spread, Joe? He's expected to lose the game big. So what the fuck does he care?
I got 18.5, so a little tighter than normal.
Yeah, under 3 touchdowns. But
it's a better like team anymore.
What?
We don't score like that anymore. Vegas has adjusted to how we play. It's a different number now.
I like the number. In years past it was probably 28 to 32, 35.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right.
This offense, dude, this offense of theirs is fucking pathetic. I know they got what's his name? Gavin. Excuse me, Miss Gavin Wimsatt. But check out these statistical.
Wimsatt?
Yeah.
He was a high big time recruit, right?
I don't know. He hasn't played like it. Yards per game
nothing about Rutgers.
On offense, they're 112th in the country with 311 yards per game. Passing yards per game, they're 123rd with 145 yards per game. Rushing yards, 166. So that's 50th in the country, respectable-ish. Yards per attempt, rushing, 54th in the country, 4.4. Third down conversions, 70th in the country with a 38%. So offensively, seems like you shut down the run, but the QB is part of the run game here. Mr. Gavin Wimsatt will put up some rushing yards. He'll lead the team in rushing occasionally from game to game. So that's one thing to keep in mind. what's he got here? This year he's got 362 yards rushing, about a 5-yard average. I assume that includes sacks, 7 rushing TDs. So I'm guessing they give it to him when they're down in the lower red zone. But then his passing yards are fucking pathetic. You know, like 6.3 average, 50% completion percentage, honestly.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's what you got to look forward to when the Scarlet Knights have the ball. Now, on defense, I should have said they do have 6 starters back on offense, 8 returning on defense. Starting linebacker, though, Tyreen Powell is going to miss the remainder of the year with a hand injury. Don't hear that too often, a hand injury. Points per game. They are 16th in the country, allowing 17.6 points per game. Yards per game by opponents, they are 13th in the country, allowing 302. Rushing yards, they're 40th, allowing 127. Passing, 9th in the country, allowing 175. Sacks, they are 76th in the country, allowing 1.7. Takeaways, 31st in the country, taking 1.7 per game. Red zone scores per game, though, they are 5th in the country with a 67% TDs and field goals in the red zone. And then third down percentage, 54th with a 37% third down conversion percentage. So Buckeyes are favored by 18.5, over under 41.5. Like you said, Shawn, they have adjusted accordingly, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. Weather doesn't seem to be an issue as of right now. I saw, fuck me, where's it at?
Cold and damp, I'm guessing, for New Jersey in November.
Yeah, and
Smells like
probably,
garbage. It smells like garbage over there.
yeah, slight chance of rigatoni. 48 degrees is what I have here. Partly cloudy.
Noon game, partly cloudy, 48.
Yeah.
I
Do they
mean,
get wind
that's
in New Jersey? I don't think they have wind.
oh yeah, coming off the shore. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That salt be
had to
spraying.
hear.
I don't have an Italian accent.
It's
That's my limited.
t-shirt time. Sorry, nobody wants to hear that.
41
right.
and a half total, 18 and a half.
Yeah,
favorites.
let's start with Shawn. Shawn, what do you got for your prediction?
My prediction, I don't even have my preseason thing going here, but I feel like I need to also start to, much like Vegas, I've got to start learning to and temper my expectations on the scoring. It's still Rutgers, whatever. I've got to, I think
They
we'll
earned
keep
the
them
F.
out of the end zone this time. I'm going to go 38-6.
Oh, God damn it.
with the over.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Feeling good about that 41.5. All right, Jeff, what do you got?
31-9.
Oh, we're all doing field goals. It's funny.
The undercover. The undercover's been working for me.
Undercover brother. All right.
I'm
going 27-10. I think they find their way into the end zone, whether it's by hook or by crook. 27-10 Buckeyes. And definitely the
by
under.
pick or by trick.
By pizza, by calzone. Microscopes. Shawn, offense, what do you got?
Offense, I'll go with your boy, Kyle McCord.
Oh,
Can I
God
get?
that
Can I
was
damn it,
get?
supposed
Shawn.
to be
Let
my
me
pick. I had him all year long. I thought that was no
Suck it.
takesies.
No,
Suck it.
we all take him. We all wanted him. We all want him this week. We all should take him. We all, put it down. Kyle McCord, by far, he needs to change his fucking
We got
his
the
play.
microscopes. We got the Hubble telescope on this mofo. He needs to
All right.
clean it up and clean it up now. And
Now. All right.
Toronto.
it's not just the no picks. but it's got to be this decisive pulling it down, not waiting, holding onto the ball too long, throwing it late, throwing it high, throwing it low, the accuracy, just everything. Come on, I feel like we've seen who Kyle McCord is, and I don't feel like it's getting any better. It's not that it's terrible. It's just kind of right now I feel like Kyle is who he is, and I'm not seeing any great progressions. I would love to see at least one another step up to finish out and go into the back end of this schedule.
Oh, you love going in the back end, don't you?
It's rare, but yes.
So she said. Hey, folks, get your scores in here for the next T-shirt giveaway. I'll be keeping a log of everybody's. You know I love a log. Jeff, huge log lover. What do you like? What do you got for your offensive microscope?
It's Kyle McCord for sure. The intentional grounding.
Oh, you copycat prick.
Yeah, it has to be. You gotta let me go in front of Shawn one of these times because he's taking my dude. No, he's like we know he doesn't have the escapability of our previous quarterbacks. You know, the movement, he's not comfortable shifting around in the pocket. And I don't mean like scrambling and that kind of stuff, but like Tom Brady is not quick and not fast, but he can slide, he can move in the pocket really good.
Right.
Kyle McCord, he's like the tap dance and shit. He can't. Yeah, our O-line's got to be able to give him more time because he doesn't have the escapability. But he cannot make the turnovers and be loose with the ball like he has shown.
Let me tell you what, when my hand is in my pocket, I am very loose with the ball. I'm going to go Trey. I think Trey's going to have a huge game. I know this Rutgers defense, as we just discussed, is supposed to be really good. They're going to hold us down. No, I don't think so. Trey gets 100+, and definitely is going to be a threat in the passing game. So Trey is my guy. Let's go. Microscopes back around the horn to Shawn. Defensive microscope.
Defensive microscopes. Well, what do these guys got? They've got the quarterback. So the only kind of thing that I'm really looking forward to in this Rutgers game is playing this Wimsatt. He's got a skill set that does allow him to run. I feel like we need to get a little more practice against that coming up for when we face Michigan. We saw a big run by Locke last night that made me want to throw my shoe at the TV. And I feel like, okay, that's the type of stuff that Jake. It's not. It's a hey, dude.
No.
Oh yeah.
My wife wears those.
But that to me,
don't be dogging hey dudes.
Actually,
now.
I saw a few women wearing the lesbian wedding. Anyway, sorry, I had to. Go ahead, Shawn. I'm sorry.
Anyway, that's what we're looking at. That's to me going to be the thing that we need to handle on defense. So who's going to be able to stop that? I guess I'll go with man, I want to go with your guy Steel Chambers, but is Simon going to get more snaps there? I feel like Chambers might be the guy that's put on shadowing Wimsatt because he's got the speed. It could be Tommy. That might be who they use, but I'll go with Steel / John Simon, who's ever playing that other linebacker, to make sure that we don't, nothing bothers me more than fucking 3rd and 12 and the quarterback runs for 13, and you see it, and it's a backbreaker.
Yeah. Of course. All right, Jeff, what do you have on defense?
Fucking Shawn's killing me. I was going with Steel Chambers for exactly what he just said. He's going to be the one that needs to spy that quarterback. But fuck. All right, well, I'll go off the board. Let's go Jack Sawyer. JT flashes and makes plays. So Sawyer's steady, and he's not out of position a lot, but he's the guy that allows another guy to make the play. You know what I mean? He might take on 2 blocks and free a guy. I want Jack Sawyer to, and I don't know if he's asked to do this in that defense, but I want to see him win one-on-one matchups and make plays. Flash on the screen, pop out, make tackles for loss, sack, fumble, force fumbles, that kind of stuff.
He had a good week this week, actually.
He did. He plays solid all the time. He just doesn't.
He was the highest graded Buckeye against the run. Just
really
kind of
the highest.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
I would have thought Tyleek would have been. All right. Well, yeah, we'll go Jack Sawyer. You know,
I'm going Tyleek then.
make the play.
Tyleek has never let me down. He will rub his big belly, stick his tongue out. Yeah, picture that. So I'm
He's
going
at a point.
Tyleek.
Sorry, Joe. Yeah, he's at a point where like we expect him to be dominant, and now at this point, like we're not hoping for, we're expecting him to make those impacts. So yeah, great. I mean, he's playing out his word. All American, I believe.
Yeah.
So good call.
All right. I got your
None of
scores
us
from the chat, everybody. So I appreciate you. Tyler, Billy, Odysseus, Steven. Yeah. I got nothing else. Honestly, I'm gonna get out of here.
I need to give me one of those Built Ohio Tough shirts. I saw you when
You want
met you
one
over
of
St.
those? I'll get you one.
I met you over when I met you for brunch. You had it on. I like that. You need to give me one of those.
Yeah,
They have. I'll check
like
online,
the
see if
gray?
they have them in red.
What color?
They got them in red.
With the white or with the black letters?
White is white always.
White on red. All right. What do you wear?
Yeah.
Extra small?
I haven't lost that much weight, dude. I'm medium. Yeah, fucking
A kids medium. Kids medium.
You gotta put. Well, you gotta. You're talking shit about, hey, dudes, I got 6 pairs. You're talking shit about my fucking extra small shirts. Come on, man. Why you putting me out here like that?
Shawn, what do you think? What size do you think Jeff's wearing? Shawn left.
Mediums all day. I'm 5'8", I'm 5'8", 160. Fucking, I wear medium.
You got a large and a half. The extra large get a little big, and the large just they don't cover enough sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
You go with the long sleeve tee.
I love me some long sleeves. I love me some long sleeves.
If it's a tri-blend, it really doesn't shrink at all. So these are all tri-blend t-shirts.
I like to get an extra small and put that on first to tuck everything in, and then you put a regular size on over it.
There you go. Nice. Kind of like a male Spanx. Good call. I'll get you some Spanx, Shawn. I'll order those up.
Spanx. Oh, I haven't heard those in a while.
All right. We appreciate everybody joining us. Hope you guys have a good one. Keep it locked in here. We will be back Monday afternoon. Things are looking to get spicy on the Team Up North side. So maybe we'll have something to talk about. We'll have something to talk about regardless. But keep it locked in here. Please hit the like button on the way out the door. We got well over 100 views tonight. Had 7,000. Yeah, 7K on Friday. So there's that. Mostly it was Michigan people just being assholes.
Hit the likes. Hit the likes. Come on, fellas. Come through for us.
It is a bunch of Michigan people because they're shitting themselves. Like, what are they saying about us? I love it.
Oh, yeah.
People have mental problems. Like they need a huge group therapy session. They are projecting all their issues upon Buckeye fans and Ryan Day.
It's the best part about this whole thing. I don't care if the wins get vacated, all that bullshit. It's their fan base fucking melting down and only listening to half.
But they're
of the
so
information.
stupid about it, man. I've never seen people be so stupid.
I love the ones that are like, I can't believe go over to 11 Warriors and all those assholes are speculating on what's going on. Meanwhile, they're speculating that Ryan Day stole their stuff and hired them.
Right.
It's like
they
talk out of both sides of their mouth in the same sentence. It's like
it's awesome.
It is.
Anyways, all right,
folks. I don't know anything about it. You guys are cheaters. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah. Seems pretty cut and dry the way I look at it. But anyway, appreciate you guys joining us. Jeff, Shawn, appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Talk to you later.
All right.
I go Bucks.